Let's get ready to rumble! Yes, gamers, it is E3 season. Yes, I know E3 is technically dead, rip to E3, but it is looking to be a big year this year in 2023. Nintendo, Xbox, Ubisoft, maybe, EA, Sony, and many more are gonna hopefully be bringing their A game to show us what games are gonna be available and coming to us very soon. Every year around this time is a special moment for gamers. We get to see a sneak peek for upcoming games, listen to developers tell us details about their games, including extra details that can slip by sometimes, and in some special cases is even get to try these games out if we are lucky enough to actually go there in person. Now, obviously not everything is in person these days, but there are still some events that are. If you ever have the chance, I highly recommend going. It can be a lot of fun. This year, first up to bat is PlayStation and Sony with their State of Play showcase. Gamers are expecting big things, including exclusives for the PlayStation 5, especially now that it is much easier to purchase said console. So, what can we expect to see? Let's discuss. What's going on, everyone? Town here, 5 Direct, and subscribe to the channel so the team can actually pay for their electric bills. Summer humidity is brutal here. Also, if you enjoyed the video, we ask that you please leave a like and comment about what you would like to see from Sony and do you think they're going to be able to deliver. If you don't enjoy the video, we encourage you to leave a dislike and comment how we can improve our videos going forward. All right, enough beating around the bush. Let's get started. Now, seeing as Sony is going first, this can be both a benefit and a curse. It's a benefit because Sony gets the first chance to strike. They get to show everyone what they're going to be releasing for the year and further into the future. And they're also going to be able to have all eyes focus on them. No one else is even close in the same week to being able to show other stuff off. The next thing isn't happening until almost a couple weeks into June almost. So that's a big benefit for them. The curse to that, though, is that if they don't deliver, that's all everyone's gonna be talking about for this entire week and leading into the next week potentially. So they've really got to make sure that they have a good lineup. Now, thankfully, in the past, when it comes to these showcases, Sony has delivered. But after seeing some of the games that have released over the past couple of weeks and even a couple of months, with the likes of Jedi Survivor and Redfall, they've been kind of a glitchy mess. Jedi, fortunately, was a good game / is a good game, but it's just riddled with bugs, while as Redfall is, well, you know how everyone's talking about Redfall. Then we get Tears of the Kingdom, which has been an absolute delight, and everyone's basically already calling Game of the Year. So it's just like, well, what's the point of this for the rest of the year, right? Which obviously I'm not going to say here or there, but a lot of people are loving Tears of the Kingdom. It's a very awesome game. I personally enjoyed it myself. I've been seeing our shorts and everything, but Sony does need to come out swinging to show us what they got. So here is some of the stuff that I personally hope we can see. Some of it's kind of obvious, some of it maybe not so much, depending on if you've stuck around or if you've ever played anything from Sony's consoles in the past. But let's go ahead and take a look at what I personally think is gonna hopefully be at the showcase. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it's 100% confirmed, but if it is, then I'm gonna be a happy little child essentially. So anyway, let's get the most obvious one out of the way. Spider-Man 2. We have absolutely no idea what it's called, but we just simply know Marvel's Spider-Man, the sequel, is going to probably be shown off of this thing. There are tons of rumors and hints that this game is releasing sometime in September, so it would make absolute sense, and we haven't seen anything since the original trailer. So this would be the perfect chance to start showing off some gameplay, maybe give a little bit of hint at the story, not saying to spoil or anything, you know, because obviously that was one of the big things when it came to Spider-Man 2018 was the story, and even some Miles Morales DLC, right? The story was a big thing, and we know Sony doesn't want to spoil that. They didn't do it with God of War Ragnarok, they didn't do it with Spider-Man 2018 or anything like that. So, you know, not saying you need to do that, but, you know, show us a little, you know, tease us a little bit, dangle it in front of us a little bit, right? Show us Venom's voice actor, show Venom in a cutscene or something like that, and we know he's in the game. It was shown in the teaser trailer. Or if you don't even want to show Venom, or maybe you only show him at the very, very end, show off Kraven the Hunter. I believe he is all but been confirmed to be in this game. I'm not 100% sure on that, but show him off or something. I don't know. But regardless, I'm assuming we're probably going to see some gameplay, which, you know, I've already been seeing across the internet that people are like, it's just a continuation of the first game. It's going to play exactly the same and everything like that. It's kind of the same argument that we saw from God of War, unfortunately, where everyone was like, oh, 2018 is just like Ragnarok. It's like, oh yeah, they're building off of what is already good. Every game does that to some extent. Halo, Call of Duty, Ghost of Tsushima would probably do the same thing if they had a sequel going. Infamous games all the way back in the PS3. Zelda games, for crying out loud. Zelda games have, for the most part, once they went 3D, have had the same combat for most of it. So I don't see why people would complain about Spider-Man 2 feeling gameplay-wise about how Spider-Man 1 felt. Spider-Man 2018 felt amazing to play. It was just super fun to go around. The combat was really fun. It took aspects from the Arkham games, which is awesome. So I don't personally see any downside to that. Now, obviously, they need to spice some things up. They definitely need to fix some of the side missions and everything, those definitely got repetitive. But if they do that, then personally, I think Spider-Man 2, I don't know if I'd call it game of the year. I know a lot of people are already saying that goes to Tears of the Kingdom, but it's definitely going to be one of the best games of 2023. So definitely expect to see it at this reveal. Next one, I think that we could potentially see just a little bit of gameplay. Not saying it's going to release this year at all. If I had to take a guess, I would say late 2024 is the Wolverine game that is being also made by Insomniac. Now, obviously, these are two separate teams that are making these games. One is focusing on Spider-Man, one's focusing on Wolverine. So again, we haven't seen anything from Wolverine, so maybe a little bit of gameplay or something like that. But if you look back at the only other Wolverine game that we've really had that was, actually good, is Wolverine Origins from the Xbox 360 and the PS3 days. We don't talk about that Wii version, but that game, despite it being based off of a not so great movie, it was a really, really fun game. Bloody as hell. It was, wow. Not saying it was one of the best games or anything like that back in the day, but it was just simply fun to pop that disc in and just play and slaughter the heck out of your enemies. It was bloody, it was gory. It's exactly what we're looking for a Wolverine game. So I would not be surprised if they take some inspirations from that game and obviously throw in their own twists. And I don't know if they're going to go with an original story. That's I'm assuming they're going to do. Take aspects from the comics and everything. But regardless, can't wait to see if we get to see a little bit from Wolverine. Again, not saying it needs to be completely shown off or anything like that. I highly expect this game will not even release or any kind of promotion stuff until at least mid 2024. Hard to say, because again, I know the pandemic threw literally every single game out there in existence into a tizzy when it came to production cycles and everything like that. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm really hoping that we get to see a little bit of Wolverine. Who's to say? All right, this one's going to seem a little random because we haven't literally seen any rumors about it, nothing. We have not seen any trailers or anything, but I'm really hoping we get something that has to do with Sly Cooper. Now, I don't really pay attention to a lot of rumors sometimes, or if there's some little article that's like, hey, by the way, this particular dev or this particular producer said this particular game or this franchise that doesn't have anything in the pipeline or anything like that. My heart goes out to Infamous, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But regardless, I want to see something from Sly Cooper because we had these time back during the PS3 days and we haven't seen anything since. And I know Sly Cooper's not as huge as some of these huge AAA games anymore or anything like that, but Sly Cooper was a really fun game way back in the day. So, and I know obviously that Sucker Punch is not going to be making it. They're focusing on whatever they're currently making right now, whether that is the Ghost of Tsushima sequel or anything, but it would be nice for that to be handed off to somebody else to take what Sucker Punch made and improve upon it and make some new stuff, go to some new areas. They did freaking time travel for crying out loud in the previous game, but we need to continue that, for story purposes and everything like that. If you haven't played the game, I'm not going to spoil it or anything, but it'd be really cool to see something from Sly Cooper. So here's hoping. I literally just mentioned it in the Sly Cooper area, but I got to mention it now because I talked about the developers and everything, and that is going to be Ghost of Tsushima 2. Now, we haven't seen anything from Ghost of Tsushima since it obviously released, and then it had its DLC, not to mention its free co-op mode, which was awesome, by the way. Ghost of Tsushima, definitely one of my favorite games from back in the day. It's better than Breath of the Wild, just saying. But I would highly anticipate to see either something in the form of a Ghost of Tsushima 2, potentially, even if it's just a simple cinematic trailer, nothing too crazy. They probably have a lot of stuff that they're trying to work on. That game probably wouldn't even release until, I don't know, 2025 maybe, potentially. I mean, if they did 2024 as well, then hey, by all means. But I would say, if I had to take a wild guess, if this was even shown off, probably something around 2025-ish, give or take. But nonetheless, Ghost of Tsushima was an awesome game. If you haven't played it, go play it. You can find it on sale most of the times now. And if we do see that, I highly expect to see a Ghost of Tsushima for PC, which, hey, I know my PC players would love that. So by all means, show us what you got, Sony. Come on, you said you want to be doing more PC stuff. I know there's that small article saying how certain PC ports are not going to be out until almost 2 years. I don't know if that's simply due to the fact that they haven't been able to hit the PC ports the last couple of times. I'm not really sure, but regardless, here's hoping that we get to see something from Ghost of Tsushima, and maybe, again, the original game would go to PC. And the last one I quickly want to talk about, because it kind of is in the same setting as Ghost of Tsushima, is Rise of Ronin. Now, this game, we've seen a very brief teaser trailer, and it had a little bit of gameplay in it technically, but it was definitely more cinematic, so it's probably not exactly what it's going to look like, or, maybe that was something going from gameplay into a cutscene or something like that. But regardless, I definitely want to see more from Rise of Ronin. That game definitely has potential. I mean, anything with samurai swords and everything is going to be awesome. Ninjas, you name it. I want to see more from this game, though. We have no confirmed release date. I wouldn't be surprised if it does release in 2023, or more likely probably sometime in like early 2024. But regardless, show some kind of gameplay demo. And hey, if you want to release a demo onto the PlayStation 5 sometime, or the Xbox, anything like that, just it would be really nice. But anyway, regardless, I want to see more from this game. It definitely has some potential. I want to see what kind of story they're going to do. I want to see the characters and everything like that. This is kind of the big first game in a long time from Team Ninja. So let's see what they've done. Let's see this engine that they're working with and everything. Let's see what kind of setting they're going to deal with. And I'm definitely hyped. But anyway, so that is basically it for my predictions, though, in terms of what we could see at the showcase. It was in no particular order. I mean, I put Spider-Man at the very beginning because this is kind of the obvious one, but I wanted to talk about other ones as well. I mean, heck, I would also love to see something like an Infamous PC port. I know a new Infamous game isn't being made, but come on. Infamous 1 and 2 to the PC, or Infamous 1 and 2 onto the PlayStation 5. No, we're not talking about cloud gaming, because cloud gaming sucks, but come on. I would love to revisit and play Infamous 1 and 2 with some updated graphics, some updated, controls and everything. I would definitely love to see something like that. So anyway, I want to turn this over to you guys right now, though. What do you personally think is gonna be shown off at this showcase? By the time this video is out, it's probably less than 24 hours before the showcase happens. So if you're seeing this afterwards, then you can tell us, well, actually this happened, but don't you worry, we're gonna have a video on covering everything from that showcase and everything. And then obviously we gotta start talking about Xbox, we gotta start talking about Ubisoft, EA, and all the others that are gonna be coming up, because June is going to be a crazy month when it comes to gaming in all the best possible ways. Usually it is. But anyway, I want to know your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you personally want to see at the showcase? What do you expect to see? If you're seeing this afterwards, did Sony hit it out of the park, or did they fail tremendously? So anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. As always, leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe if you happen to be new. And again, if you did not like the video, then we encourage you to leave a dislike and leave a comment down below how we can improve our videos going forward. And also make sure to follow us over on TikTok. We'd like to throw out a bunch of shorts over there as always. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed all this content. So anyway, until next time, everyone, hope to see you all in the next one. Until next time, everyone, Johnny.